Hi, hello. I'm trying out the YouTube channel. This is actually my third post for the day, just making, but I want to do a broadcast on wearing the rosary as a necklace. So, this is just my ordinary rosary. And the one there, oops, there, oops, there, oops, there. Okay, wait, there. That's the rosary we're selling. It's a Benedictine rosary. But anyway, um, I wanted to talk to you about wearing the rosary as a necklace because there has been a debate about it. I have to admit that just this month that I realized how beneficial it is. Most of my life, I was against wearing the rosary as an accessory. And when I see people, I sort of judge them. And so I sinned in that aspect. But anyway, I want to let you know that most Catholics are offended, you know, someone wearing the rosary is disrespectful and irreverent. So, what do you think about this? And we sort of are negative about it because there are like popular public figures that are wearing it, like Madonna or Christina Aguilera, and there are a little bit pretty controversial women who have made lifestyle choices that are quite against the Christian values. So, um, that was one of the reasons that it became a debate, especially in the year 2010. And until now, there's really no statement yet if you can wear the rosary as a necklace or as a fashion accessory, as a jewelry. And in 2010, even there was an article on USA Today, and in that article, the policemen were saying that in California, maybe, or in some states, that the rosary or wearing the rosary has become a landmark accessory for gangsters in school. So they have to remove this when they see a rosary in the book bags of Catholic children. The school authorities have to have those things removed because of the so-called gangster accessories. I mean, known as a gangster accessory. But really, is there a law about this, or what does canon law say about this? And the one that I researched is Canon Law 1171, which is the closest to this issue, which is sacred objects set aside for divine worship by dedication or blessing are to be treated with reverence. So they are not to be made over secular or inappropriate use, even though they may belong to private persons. So it's a little bit what they're actually referring to is objects that are used for liturgical worship. So what are these? These are the chalices, these are the vestments. So it's a common practice now. We're wearing the rosary as a bracelet, you know, we're wearing the Saint Benedict medal as a necklace, which are all sacramentals, right? So if we're gonna look at it as, what does wearing really mean? Like many religious congregations are actually wearing the rosary, attached to their belt. And so this sorts of like, okay, don't really think that there's something wrong with this, right? So I researched further because I don't want to mislead children and everything. But I found three stories which made me remember a seminar that I attended way like 2 years ago It was with an exorcist, and the exorcist was telling about this story about how in the exorcism sometimes he has to use the rosary to put around the neck of the spiritually afflicted. And I researched that, okay, if we cannot find it in the law of the Catholic Church, if there's really no set rule, then maybe the lives of the saints can, you know, their stories can tell us something about it. And one of my favorite saints, Saint Louis Marie de Montfort, because, he was quoted so much in the Handbook of the Legion of Mary, where we belong to as a family. Saint Louis Marie de Montfort put in his book, True Devotion. Wait, let me check that one. Yeah, here. True Devotion to Mary. That's Saint Louis Marie de Montfort, where he told the story, actually three stories in that book, to justify, the wearing of the rosary. Though he really he really didn't indicate wearing the rosary as a necklace, but the word wearing. Okay. So anyway, his first story was about Blessed Alan de la Roche. That's the first picture here. Okay. So anyway, what he said was, Blessed Alan de la Roche was sort of helping a spiritually afflicted person who were having demonic oppression, and he was a great promoter of the rosary. But this guy was very desperate, and this guy that was spiritually afflicted tried so many things already. Like, he tried so many Catholic devotions, and nothing was working for him. And so he told Blessed Alan de Roche and that he's done. There's nothing working for him. So what Blessed Alan told him was, I'm gonna let you wear this rosary, okay, and you wear it. So he tried wearing it on his neck, and he actually felt relief from his torments, that he decided to wear it day and night, always. And because he noticed that every time he would take it out, his torments will come back again. So that's why he said, okay, I'll just wear it, the whole day when I sleep. So it was also known, going back here to Blessed Alan, that it's known that every time he performed deliverances, he would put the rosary around the neck, of those with demonic. Uh, Now let's go here to the second one, which is King Alphonsus, who is the king of Aragon. He lived around the 14th and 15th century. And actually, the Blessed Mother told him to wear the rosary, and she promises that none of your enemies will be able to harm you. And the third one was Saint Dominic. And Saint Dominic, in that story, was um, talking about one of his exorcism, and he told the devil, he prayed to all the saints, he prayed to the Blessed Mother to let the enemies state and declare what is the most, effective way to get them out and everything, and who was the greatest saint of all. Actually, the enemy said that the Blessed Mother, they actually tremble every time her name is called. So why I'm now trying to say this point, because I wouldn't have really gotten to this until one of our relative visited us, and we were greatly disturbed and did what we know about spiritual warfare. But it was really, really tough, and it came to a point where, I was so disturbed. I said, you know what? And I'm gonna, like, okay, I mean too small. I'm gonna wear this rosary and see if I will get any relief. That good. And I've been doing the, and I told the kids to wear their rosaries around their neck like Iggy, and he's also finding relief doing that. So it's really just trying to reevaluate our faith, okay? Because when the torments are so much, we sort of lose our peace and then we become fearful. Try to do what our priests are saying about spiritual warfare, but sometimes some are not right away. There's so many variables that are affecting a certain situation, and each one is different. But I think it's time to reevaluate really the importance of the rosary. How, you know, when we use it with faith, especially we're meditating on the mysteries of the life, passion, and resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ. Each time we say the Hail Mary, which is also like an angelic salutation, are sort of relieving of Angel Gabriel to Mary, which is all in the Bible. The Rosary, everything is in the Bible. Luke chapter 1, Hail Mary, full of, and it's blessed are you among women, my womb Jesus, chapter 1 verse 40, when Elizabeth was talking to. So it's like talking to our Protestant brothers, the Rosary is, you know, biblical. Meditate on that, it becomes. So I'm wearing the Rosary now more because I want to be reminded of praying unceasingly. So helps you, like the exorcist even said that there was a point that he was praying the rosary so much that he had to put the rosary just so that he can take it out right away and pray the rosary. With me, I have this little rosary where I attach it here. Yeah, so I just pull out my hat if ever I forget my rosary in my purse or I wearing a dress without pockets. And then I just pull my hat and I say my rosary. But now that it's on my neck, and then my husband said, okay, it's time to pray the rosary. So I just pull it out. Or when I see it hanging, I said, okay, let me pray 1 decade of the rosary. But guys, so far, it's very, very powerful and we're having so much peace. I mean, it's time, take our Blessed Mother seriously. We have to rely on his promise, on her promises, and how important. So tell me what you think. Soon have peace. Facts. Okay, say bye bye now to everyone.